We're APE Movies. I'm Aonghus, this is Shane, and this is Graham, and today we're talking about Death Note.
Shall we begin?
Death Note is about this guy, Light Turner, who's a high school student. He's a bit disaffected, but kind of on the outskirts of things. He comes across this Death Note, which is a notebook, and if he writes someone's name in it and pictures their face, they will die.
And the method of death.
And you can choose the method of death, also the who and the how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The human whose name is written in this note shall die.
He's joined in this with his accomplice / love interest Mia, and they decide to take on a persona of Kira, a god that they want to terrify the world into being good. Yeah.
Okay.
He's also followed by the mysterious and enigmatic L, a detective who's on the hunt, and a couple other characters that don't need to be in it. And
don't forget the 8-foot demon.
There's also
by
an
Willem Dafoe.
8-foot demon voiced by William Dafoe. Ryuk?
Ryuk, yeah.
Ryuk.
And his
I thought it was Ryu.
Love of Apples.
his love apples and his blue collar, hardworking father.
Pops.
Mm.
And I think that is more or less a brief synopsis.
Yeah, it turns out it's actually a hard movie to summarize.
That sounds complicated, and if you think that's complicated, it gets much more complicated than that.
And yet at the same time, never really too deep.
Never really too deep at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty terrible movie. Like, it's one of the worst films I've seen in a long time.
What do you really feel?
I'm trying to sugarcoat it, people.
That's all, folks. See you next week.
It's just a mess, really.
Any
from start to
positives
finish.
at all?
Positives, I think some of the acting's okay. People do their best with like a bad script and poor characters, and
The main guy, Light, what do you think, good or bad? As an actor?
I think he's fine. But there's so little to go on. It's like nobody's a real character in this movie. They're all just like.
I know they all suffer from bad character depth.
Yeah,
like you
it's
never
terrible.
Yeah. But I thought as well that just Light himself wasn't
No, he's
wasn't
not.
right for the role or something.
Light wasn't right.
Light wasn't
It's-
right.
And it's a script too. Like we're introduced to the character, and we're never kind of given any qualities we should like about him. He's almost nearly a villain, to kind of starting off. He's no redeemable kind of traits, and we're just jumping through all his arcs very rapidly.
There's never really a big moral debate in the movie over is what they're doing right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's all just rushed.
He's in the first 10 minutes he's given the choice to kill somebody because he thinks they deserve it or not, and really he doesn't. Like, the person who he decides to eventually kill doesn't deserve it.
No.
He's a bully, but he doesn't really deserve like to be decapitated on the street,
No.
as what happens in the movie. And the movie never really deals with that kind of moral issue up until the point where it suddenly pretends that it does care about it an hour and 20 minutes into the film.
Yeah,
It's just,
you know, he starts kind of trying to redeem everything he's done near the end of the film, but at that point it's too
But
late.
even then, he's not trying to redeem what he's done. He's trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
He's never at any point thinking what he did was wrong.
No.
the film
He
is
murdered, what, 400 plus people?
something like that, yeah. But the film is just like a mess, and there's just so many different kind of plot strands within the movie, and they all have no depth, and they just add nothing.
Yeah.
And you could jettison like 2/3 of them, and you'd make a much more actually thoughtful and exciting and impactful movie, and it's just not there. And you're supposed to care about characters who disappear for 15 or 20 minutes and then come back, and they're completely different.
One thing I thought was funny as well was the movie is only 100 minutes long.
It feels like it's 3 hours.
Feels way long.
It's like
No, but like I thought it's 100 minutes long and they have to rush through absolutely
Exactly,
everything.
yeah.
Rush. But there's an awful lot of bits in it that don't need to be there at
Exactly,
all. Like
yeah.
Ryuk or Ryuk.
Yeah,
disappears for like
William
an
Dafoe's
hour.
character.
At one point.
Yeah. No, I will say I loved him. I did. I thought he was a nice odd addition.
It's oddly the way he's even introduced. They introduce him and they kind of imply it's going to be a horror aspect, but at the same time they're adding lots of comic relief to the scene, and that's his first introduction to the film.
I think.
But he more belonged in a kind of a supernatural TV show.
Yeah.
He does not
He's
fit
not,
in this movie
he's
at
not
all.
frightening. He's
I'd have to say the design for the character is amazing, but it didn't suit this film.
Yeah, I also
Or
thought
his character.
I also thought Willem Dafoe's voice, even though he's a great voice actor and he's a threatening voice, it somehow didn't match what you were seeing on screen. It just didn't feel.
I liked it.
Okay.
Like, my only issue with his character is he doesn't have an impact on the story at all.
No.
Like everything he says could easily be summed up in one paragraph in the Death Note book itself.
He's kind of like a boss or something in a computer game who just reappears every now and again. And
But
says
he's kind of there just to verbalize what's in the book.
Oh yeah.
Like he says 2 or 3 of the rules, and that's more or less all he does. He doesn't actually do anything. Like you could easily cut him out of the film totally. Save yourself 10 minutes and add
Barry
that into
does one
development.
thing, but yeah, you could cut that the actually we won't get into spoilers anyways, but
fuck it, yeah, we will. But I suppose like if I was to take anything from the movie I thought was good, I did think the director definitely has a visual style, and there's individual shots and stylistic choices that are made that are, you know, you can see he's got an eye for like setting things up and shooting the
he's
scene.
an amazing
But-
visual director, yeah,
But it all feels really empty next to really like a patently like devoid script, like script that has no depth, characters you
like
can't care
Van
about.
Gogh painting on a piece of shit. You know, it's just
And it's like
on a piece of shit.
on a piece of shit.
Yeah, I think stylistically the movie has good points. Like there are moments where you kind of look at it and you go, oh, that's a nice choice. And I did think 1 or 2 of the characters had nice quirks.
Yeah,
Like
there
Elle,
was.
he wasn't great the whole time, but he had enough quirks that I thought he was interesting.
I just felt he was just all
that's one thing you have to
quirks.
give the
There was
movie
no
actually is
character.
they do give you know, yeah.
But it's all surface level quirks. There's there's no depth to anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Quirk is a good word for the characters. They all have something.
Or quark.
Someone really likes
Conscious
apples.
people.
Someone really likes to stand up in chairs. It's
Yeah, I thought the whole Apple thing was going to work into like,
Yeah, I-
do you know, but I thought it was going to go back to like I don't even seduction.
oh,
But
It's
never
I figured
gone
that's what it was.
there.
And then it was,
you know,
no, it wasn't. And
like
it's-
it's never a case of Ryuka's trying to seduce Light
maybe
into
that's
killing.
it's probably subtext.
Light,
Actually, I didn't
Light is
actually-
just happy to kill.
I thought
copy.
first in the first scene where
Yeah.
he gets the book and there's a shot of the apple, and I thought, oh, they're trying to symbolize, you know, the Garden of Evil,
Yeah.
Garden of Eden, you know, eating the apple, etc., etc. You know, the danger of knowledge.
Yeah.
But then it just becomes this thing that. And
He just likes
you know,
apples.
Rourke likes apples, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's just like a
And
character
only the
trait,
centre
so
bit. He doesn't eat an awful lot of any apple.
He doesn't like the centre bit. He eats the rest.
No. He
It's
eats
the-
right in the centre, and he leaves the 2 massive bits right around either edge.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess he
Unless he's a
likes.
funny shaped mouth.
maybe that.
I guess he
maybe
likes
that-
to get to
maybe
the
that
core of
signifies
things.
something. Okay, guys, maybe we should surmise our views in this.
Yeah.
We've been as messy as the movie itself.
Yeah, the film is a mess. One thing I'd say about it is, as bad as it was, the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Picks perfect song choices. The background music, even for the scenes, are amazing. It's just a shame that the film falls flat. If the music was in a better film, it'd be amazing. The color scheme of the film was great, but just visually the film is amazing. But it's just there's no depth to the film. It's all substance over style. I'd
Style
actually
over substance.
need to style over substance, and it's a shame really.
Yeah. I think that sentence sums up the whole thing. Style over substance. There's
Yeah, I agree.
like the music, some of the scenes, the lighting. They're all style. The substance just isn't there to carry it through.
Yeah,
and,
'cause like
and
this-
the pacing of the movie is shocking. Like
Yeah,
straight
like,
away.
the
it's-
strange
it's
thing
go,
is,
go, go.
as the lads were saying before, is they're literally jumping from point to point. So that you can tell the film is being chopped as much as it can be chopped, and it's only an hour and 40 minutes. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like an over 2 hour long film.
There's 2 hours of content in an hour and 40
Yeah,
minutes.
it's just you think something that choppy would fly by quick, and it doesn't. It's just jumping from point to point, and it was just a mess of a film, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's overstuffed. Too much style, not enough substance. If there was more style, if it went all the way out with style, if it became like a Nicholas Winding Refn film and just went all out, trying to blow us away visually, maybe then I might have forgiven it. But it kind of stays very pedestrian, and then it all of a
One
sudden
foot in the
ramps it up.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit of gore, which is nice enough, I suppose. Some of the performances aren't bad. The music I thought was good in places, but they over relied on it, and it was like when they wanted to make us feel a certain way about the scene, they decided the best thing to do was to go to an 80s soundtrack that they could find lying around somewhere. And I thought that was a lazy choice a lot of the time. But yeah, I couldn't really recommend this film unless you're an absolute stickler for.
We'll say marks out of 10. What would you?
Marks out of 10. Oh. I'd give it probably a high 3 to a low 4.
That low?
Yeah,
I'm going to go a solid 5. Middle of the road. It's bad, but it's still very watchable.
That's like 5 is. It's a bad movie.
I would agree with Aonghus. I'd probably give it a 4. I don't think I could ever watch that film again. The most thing I enjoyed about it was the soundtrack, and I just imagined watching the better film while listening to that. Yeah, I'd give it a 4.
Okay, man.
So yeah, tempers running high here.
Yeah.
See, man, much disagreement.
So let's see what you guys think. I'm sure we're all pretty sure you'd probably agree with us, but if anyone does anyone like the movie yet? So tell us. If not, tell us all the stuff you didn't like about it and what could they have done to make it better. Is there anything that could have been altered? Maybe some characters dropped? You tell us in the comments. Thank you.
Bye.
So long.
Okay.